is going out from Cincinnati native to another one. It is impossible to think of the Chargers and the Bengals in the postseason without harkening back to a game that seemingly was played in the Ice Age. The 1981 AFC title game, same teams, Riverfront Stadium, along the frozen Ohio River, the Freezer Bowl. We're lucky enough to have the man who was on the mic for NBC that day, the legendary Dick Enberg, narrate the story that he saw firsthand.
The 1981 AFC Championship game. San Diego Chargers, Cincinnati Bengals. And oh my, it was a meeting in inhuman conditions, justifying the title as the Freezer Bowl.
Hello everyone, Dick Enberg with Merlin Olsen in Cincinnati. Just simply, the meteorologist put it this way, it's gone from bitter cold to brutally cold.
It was eerie in a sense, all the fog over the Ohio River because it was so cold.
How cold was it in Cincinnati for the AFC title game? Those aren't the hot springs of Arkansas behind me. That's the frigid Ohio River.
So it was bright and sunny, but 9 degrees and a bitter wind up to 30 miles an hour that sent the chill factor down to minus 59 degrees.
Your adrenaline is going and you're sweating, and then you go to wipe sweat off and it's ice. You know, that's scary.
For me, the biggest problem, though, was not necessarily the cold. It was just really, really windy.
We probably sat about 55,000 in the stadium that day, and I think you could probably find several hundred thousand that said that they were at the game.
The Chargers were led by a trio of future Hall of Famers, quarterback Dan Fouts, wide receiver Charlie Joyner, and tight end Kellen Winslow. Just a week earlier, they beat the Dolphins in humid Miami, 79 degrees. If you counter with the chill factor, almost a 150-degree turnaround.
I just looked over at it, and everybody was in a huddle and trying to be around the heater, and I said, uh-oh, they're in trouble today. They're not used to this cold.
Players search for any advantage, maybe more like searching for survival.
I was sitting there and I had my feet tucked into the heated bench, and luckily I had my helmet on. There was a loud roar that went up in the crowd, and I thought maybe we had a turnover, so I stood up and my feet didn't come out of the bench, and the first thing that hit as I went down was my face mask, and I started to see stars. And I thought, oh my God, I can't get knocked out of the AFC Championship game from falling off the bench.
Reigning league MVP Ken Anderson hit M.L. Harris' 8-yard touchdown pass in the first quarter. San Diego would claw back, trailing 10-0 when Winslow skated 33 yards on the artificial frozen turf to make it 10-7. But Pete Johnson's 1-yard run before the half gave Cincinnati a 17-7 lead.
It was kind of fun because most of the guys didn't want to get hit. You know, when it's that cold, defensive players don't want to hit anyone.
But the cold air continued to ground Don Coryell's potent offense.
If you get a ball out of spiral in the wind's going to take it everywhere, and that really happened to me at 2 crucial times during that game.
Fouts would throw 2 interceptions in the second quarter, killing 2 very hopeful drives deep in Cincinnati territory.
We know if we hit them on their hands, you know, they wouldn't be able to hold on to the ball as much.
In the fourth quarter, Anderson completed his second touchdown pass of the day, this one to Don Bass. That sealed the 27-7 victory for Cincinnati. For the Chargers and the Air Coryell offense, this would be as close as the Fouts-led group would get to playing for a world championship. The Bengals earned the date against Joe Montana and the San Francisco 49ers in Super Bowl 16.
You know that you're going to go play in your first Super Bowl, and that elation that you've got to accomplish that with your teammates.
That was cold. And I had never been that cold in my life. And I never want to be that cold again.
Dick Enberg is classy and as great a person in our business that we've ever had. Nice to have him on the show, that's for sure. Yeah, I was in Cincinnati the week before covering the Bills played at the Bengals. It was 50 degrees. So even in Cincinnati, it was about a 100-degree turn, just like San Diego, as he described right there. Not as dramatic a swing with these Chargers today, but 4 straight wins to make the playoffs. Now a road game at tough Cincinnati, to quote Ringo Starr, it don't come easy.